Hey everybody, welcome to this episode of the I Like It Spooky Horror Podcast Appendages Tubi Edition. And this month I've got something cool for you. I got a co-host.
Wanna go to the movies?
I like it spooky.
Woohoo! Mama, I made it to the big time. I'm on Spooky.
So this is Rod, my co-host. He's going to be coming around. He's going to be sharing movies with us that he thinks you should check out, that he hasn't seen, and movies that he thinks you should watch right now.
And one last score, don't be a casualty. Cut the cord. Cut the cord.
There's so much on Tubi with all the different categories. But yeah, the horror one, like one of my favorites ever.
Now you're going to go on to Rod's Horror Cave, and you're going to check out his ratings on the movies.
Yeah, I'll watch the one that I have not seen. I'll have a rating on there. So it's Rod's Horror Cave on Facebook.
I'll put him on Spooky too if he wants, but you go both places because you could see the other movies he's watching each month. He likes to have a theme, and he likes to check out a lot of stuff. I don't know. He's kinky like that. Yeah, he likes the theme stuff.
Yeah, I gotta come up with a kinky category now.
Tubi's important because everything on Tubi is free. And some things on Tubi don't last for very long. 30 days sometimes. So these films are films that we think you need to check out today. Okay, you go first, since you're the guest.
The first one I came up was House on Haunted Hill, 1999. It's starring Jeffrey Rush and Famke Janssen. One of my favorite remakes. Have you seen the original?
A long time ago.
With Vincent Price, yeah. It's a great movie, too. I think it was a William Castle movie. Bringing it back 30 years in the future and fun movie, I think. Seemingly random group of strangers are invited to stay in a haunted house for $1 million if they could stay the whole night.
$1 million. That's like $2 nowadays. So my first movie that I think you should check out now is from 1996. It's called The Frighteners. Stars Michael J. Fox. And it's directed by Peter Jackson. You know, the guy from Lord of the Rings? Or Dead Alive. After a tragic car accident that kills his wife, a man discovers he can communicate with the dead and uses that gift to con people. However, when a demonic spirit appears, he may be the only one who can stop it from killing the living and the dead. We actually have covered Frighteners on the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast. I believe. I mean, we're up to like 80 episodes, so I can't remember what all the hell we've covered.
Really good one, filmed in New Zealand, and you would never, they make it look like it's in America somewhere, and you would never know.
So what else you got for this month that they should watch now?
My next one is Dead Silence from 2007, starring Ryan Quatten. He has a really fucked up name, and Donnie Wahlberg, directed by James Wan. This is like one of James Wan's first films around the time of Saw. Don't really have much of a synopsis. It's just kind of a little, the town of Ravens Fair knows better to not make a noise if Mary Shaw comes to visit.
Beware the stare of Mary Shaw. She had no children, only dolls. And if you see her in your dreams, be sure you never, ever scream.
This is another film that we've covered on the I Like It Spooky Horror podcast. Did you know that?
I guess I didn't connect them together. These are fun ones.
On the last episode, the wrong podcast died, Appendages. It was pretty Arnold Schwarzenegger heavy. This one is turning out to be pretty I Like It Spooky Horror podcast heavy. My next film I think you should watch right now, unless you caught it in Burlington, Iowa this past weekend, where Prescribes Films Podcast Network presented The Blob with the I Like It Spooky Horror Podcast, Attack of the Killer Podcast, Brett and Tony with Ash and Abe, sponsored by Dame Fine Coffee. The Blob from 1988 stars Shawnee Smith and Kevin Dillon, A deadly entity from space crash lands near a small town and begins consuming everyone and everything in its path. Panic ensues as shady government scientists try to contain the horrific creature. I mean, I don't know if it's a creature. It's whatever the hell it wants to be. It's a blob. It'll eat you. Who cares
It's
what?
Jello gone bad.
Or Jello gone good. Yeah,
It's what happens when Bill Cosby gets into your Jello.
exactly.
Okay, my last one that I recommend is Slither from 2006, starring Nathan Fillion, Elizabeth Banks, and directed by James Gunn. This is like about the time where Gunn was just starting to get kind of popular too. A meteor crashes near the sleepy town of Wilsey, South Carolina, and the citizens are being attacked by leech-like creatures. This one's a fun one.
Who's in this one?
Ah, God, what's his name? I should just know.
Look
his
at me,
name.
I'm Mary Poppins, baby. Remember that line from?
Yeah, what is his name though?
Oh Lord,
Michael Rooker, great actor.
I wonder if that's how they met then.
Probably. I mean,
So now, before we get to the need to check out, what you need to check out is our podcast network. What is it?
the PFPN, Prescribed Films Podcast Network.
Yeah, because I would imagine after the success of The Blob, there will be more PFPN events, including but not limited to Halloween-a-Palooza.
That's right. That's coming up pretty quick right now.
Tumwa, Iowa, October 11th and 12th. So go buy your tickets. Come say hi to Rod and I, or don't say hi to Rod and I. I mean,
We are kind of creepy.
just come to the show, hang out, film festival, celebrities, vendors, zombie walk.
This is going to be the biggest guest list to date for Halloween-a-Palooza. You have 8 Nightmare on Elm Street guests and various other ones from different movies. Shaun of the Dead, there's a zombie from there. It's going to be an amazing time.
Rocky Horror Picture Show, costume contest. Justin Beam's presenting a documentary filmmaking. There's the live podcast with Deary Public Radio. Anything that you would want horror related is going to be at this event. Come check it out. $15, I think, for the weekend pass.
15 is for the early bird pass, and I think that's good until sometime in September, like mid-September maybe.
I dare you to find a convention, any horror convention in the United States, that's $15 for a weekend pass. It's just too good to pass up.
And check out some of the great vendors that are there. There's so many there. You got people making their own crafts. It's a great time.
And we'll come back with some more movies.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.
So now that we've heard from our podcast network, now it's time to see what we need to check out. And if you haven't seen it, you need to check it out. So I have 2. So you want me to go first? Little need to check out sandwich here. So my first one from 2009, Jennifer's Body.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, stars Megan Fox, Adam Brody, and Amanda Seyfried, a newly possessed high school cheerleader turns into a succubus who specializes in killing her male classmates. Can her best friend put an end to the horror? I hope not. Seen this one?
Yeah, it's a fun one. I have to have a possession month sometime, and that'll definitely be on it.
So what do you got?
So mine is My Soul to Take from 2010, starring Max Thoreau, John Magaro, and directed by the great Wes Craven. Didn't know he directed this before, but little synopsis: a serial killer returns to his hometown to stalk 7 children who share the same birthday. I just kind of did a little bit because I didn't want to hear any more until I watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if I've seen that one. It sounds familiar, but so my last need to check out, and our last movie for the month of September on Tubi for a horror appendages from 2019, Ready or Not.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
No. Stars Samara Weaving and Adam Brody. So he's in both of my movies I need to check out this month. A bride's wedding night takes a sinister turn when her family, her new in-laws, force her to take part in a terrifying game.
I've only watched it once, but it was a classic instantly. It's a great, great movie.
And I mean, I know it's 2019, but it kind of like started Samara Weaving's like descent into horror royalty.
Yeah, well, she had done that. She did Mayhem with Stephen Yeun. She did the Netflix ones. I think they're kind of sponsored by Netflix, but The Babysitter.
And The Babysitter Killer Queen, I think, was the other one. Yeah, those were both fun.
And she's also the actress who we sometimes get mixed up with the actress from Barbie,
Margaret Robbie.
They look a lot alike.
Sisters or twins, or they look a lot alike, but different trajectories for their careers. Although Margaret Robbie's done Harley Quinn, so pretty horror adjacent. So that's our movies this month for the I Like Spooky Horror Podcast Horror Tubi edition. You'll want to come back next month for horror, especially because it's October. And hell, we should just pick a movie for every day. No, we won't do that. That'd be like the longest episode ever. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the I Like a Spooky Horror Podcast. Wherever you get your podcast, check out Rod's Horror Cave and TikTok and wherever the hell else we are. You know all that. But go to Tubi and watch some free films.
Gotta love free.
Yeah, it's free. Bye. That's all you need to know. Free. Get out of our faces. Go watch some movies.
Bye.
Damn kids.
What do you think this is all about? You think this is a fucking costume? This is a way of life.